guys, this is Nini Last and welcome. In this video, what we're going to be doing is another guys and tip video, how to be playing Domination on the map Combine. Now this is the kind of class setup that I like to be running with. Like I said in previous videos, you can swap out any of these weapons, these perks to anything else that you feel more comfortable with. But I'm going to be running with the VMP, then I'm going to be using quick draw, grip and also stock as well. No secondaries, I'm not going to bother with no lethals or tacticals. Some people like to be running this with Domination, but I tend to leave them alone. Then I'm going to be running with flat jacket because I'm going to be trying to capture B, and obviously all those grenades are going to come flying in. Then we're going to have fast hands, but then I'm going to be going with awareness and dead silence. So one of these you can actually swap out if you want with tactical mask instead, but for me personally, I absolutely love running these two together rather than having tac mask, and I find this works a lot better. Now let's just jump into the gameplay, guys. So here we are, guys, basically at the start of the game. Now, bearing in mind this is me playing solo, not playing with any teammates. As we know, with objective-based game modes, it is a lot easier when you're playing with people that you know. But once I've actually captured these points, I'm going to go through this little alleyway on the right-hand side. Now, bearing in mind that if you're going to come through here with an SMG, if someone's head glitching across that box there, you can guarantee pretty much straight away they've got an assault rifle. You have to be a bit mindful if you want to try and challenge. Sometimes I just tend to leave it alone. Now, the reason being is I might go and beat him in a gun battle, but what I'm going to be is end up probably being a little bit weak, and if people being charging through that particular doorway at the end because they're all being spawned there, you can end up getting shot, and it's just really not worth your while. So I tend to come back down through here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to leave the B flag alone for a minute. We're going to give these guys a little something else to be thinking about. Now I'm going to come through there, shoot him. I'm not going to charge through because they're all being spawned across the other little side. Then we're going to come across here. There's a guy just here camping. Then what we're going to do is just going to drop back down into this area straight away. I can see on my mini-map there's a guy there covering that little line of sight at the top there, so I don't need to be worrying about that particular side. I only need to be worrying about that particular room. Now I see my mates now capturing B. Now's the time to be jumping on it. We've given them something else to think about. They're not too sure where we are, so they're not going to come charging straight the way through. So we've got plenty of time now to capture it. If you go jumping straight on it, they're all going to come flying out at you. The grenades, everything else, you're just destined to die. Now we're going to come popping through here because we know exactly where they're going to be spawned. Now what I'm going to do is drop out here, just reload, just in case we have 2, maybe 3 enemies. I've got a better chance now of putting them down. Now as we're coming through, I know I've got a good few of my mates now are covering me. I'm not charging out there alone, so if I go out there and lots of people are being spawned, I know I've got lots of people helping me. If you go out there by yourself, you could probably be destined to die. Now we've pushed the spawns straight away. Now we've got the Wraith, got my talon up in the air, so now we can now push on. Now we know exactly as the spawns are flipping, we've actually lost B, but that's not too bad. A few of us have actually pushed forward too far, but like I said, when you're playing solo, it is a little bit hard. But once you can get all these score streaks up in the air, this is going to help you win the game no end. Now the reason that we're using this particular areas cover now, because they're going to come through this doorway that I come through there, that's the last place that they're going to see. So as soon as they come charging in there looking for my mates, I can just pop out if I needed to and take those shots. Now as we're going to come flanking around here, now we're going to be a little bit mindful. I've got my talon up in the air, I'm going to let that do the work. You know, there's no point in me charging around there trying to take a shot, risking dying. I just let my talon cover me there, take the shots, even if they just make him a little bit weak, and I can just take my shot up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to push back onto B. Now as soon as we come up into here, there's no point jumping onto it. What you're going to find is on the left hand side we've got that little room with the window, as you're going to see there. People are going to be looking out through there. They're going to come around through the sides. So once I see my mates on here, I know my race up in the air, I know my talons up in the air, I'm going to use that as cover and bang, straight away through. Now we've got the h.a.t.r, and now we can actually push on through. So that is probably the best way, guys, just to try and control your kind of areas. Now once you've got all these score streaks up, you've got your h.a.t.r up, everyone's going to start trying to triple cap, and you're going to start pushing around, and you're going to get all those points up, and this is straight away going to help your game. Obviously it'd be nice if you could try and hold like a couple more points at once, but when you're playing solo, that is a little bit hard. It's your job basically as a solo player to go out, get those score streaks, capture those points. You're going to help your team win the game. So let's just jump into the second half of this game, guys. So here we are, guys, now in the second round. Now we're just doing like we did in the first round. Straight away we're going to use that lane. We're going to circle back round into this kind of area. But this is a different way that you actually can do it if you wanted to. You can control underneath this kind of bridge, and you can try and see where people are coming from. Always being very, very mindful on your mini-map exactly where people are coming from. Now, straight away, I can see someone's trying to capture B. I'm going to take that guy out. But like I say, just don't jump on there, especially on these smaller maps and that. I mean, if you're going to try and hold that by yourself, you're pretty much destined to die. Make sure you got things like smoke grenades or something like that if you're one of those people that really like to be trying to jump on there all the time. But straight away I can see that none of my teammates are trying to help or trying to capture that B flag whatsoever. So there's no point in me just trying to sit on there. Now I realise people are trying to flank up behind me. Now as I come round, I can take the first enemy out. Now I know there's someone else in that lane. So what I want to do now is I want to flank round behind them. And as I come round here now, I can take out the first enemy, take out the second enemy. There I get taken out. That was a bit unfortunate. The guy was coming through the lane at the exact same time, so that is one of those kind of risky maneuvers. But the idea is at the moment is that now I've got my Wraith, I've got my Talon. Now this is the time that you're going to be going after B, because what they're going to be doing now is concentrating on the Wraith, and also that they know there's a Talon there. Now as soon as they realise that, what they're going to do now is concentrate on keeping inside the building. They don't want to go outside getting shot all the time. So this is the main focal point that you're going to need to be worrying about, is that window. Now that is the exact reason why I'm concentrating on this particular window. You use this as cover for the lane that's at the top there so that people can't shoot me. Capture B, move on. So try and, like I say, use all your score streaks to your best of your benefits. But when you actually drop down into that particular lane for a little bit of cover, guys, make sure that you're not like me, rushing around there blind, guns down, not looking where you're going. And as you can see, I paid the price for it straight away. So be a bit more mindful than what I was there. But then as soon as you've actually captured B and C, then you can go on to triple capping if you particularly want, or maybe running around getting some kills. I have done another video on Combine, on team deathmatch, on guides and tips. If you want to know how to use the rooms to your best of your advantage and stuff like that, go and check that video out. I will leave a link down in the description down below for you guys to go and see that one as well. But this is my little rundown on Domination. This is guides and tips on how to win it, especially when you're trying to play solo as well. But anyway, guys, leave everything in the comment section below, exactly what you're thinking. But coming up on my screen now is my subscribe button. Make sure you're jumping on that. And guys, if you could drop a like on this video and support my channel, it'd be even better. This is Nitty Last, and I'll catch you later.